Hey guys, welcome to today's video, which is the second part of a three-part video series we're doing, and it is how we became a blended autism family. I went first in the last video telling my side of the story, how we first met and became a family. Today is Maritza, my wife, who is going, and I'm very excited because why? Because not often does she get in front of the camera. She's just one of those people, right? Some people like being in front of the camera, some don't. So for her to go in front of the camera for 6 minutes today, golf clap, I love her for it. Okay, so that is it. If you're new to the channel, please check it out and subscribe. And to all my subscribers, thank you so much, guys. I love you, I love you, I love you. I love the comments that go on in every video. This guy, so thank you so much. Now let's get into Maritza's video on how we became a blended family. See you guys.
Hello everybody. I am going to talk to you guys a little bit about how I met Kevin. I guess that's what I'm going to do. So I remember that I had seen him on 2 encounters in a span of a few months. So I had went to a wedding, I saw him, and he was dancing all over the dance floor at this wedding that I went to, and I was pregnant with Jaden. So my 2 oldest boys are from a previous relationship that I was in for 8 years. And I was pregnant with Jaden. And I saw Kevin and I was like, he looks like a really nice guy. But of course, because of my situation, I wasn't gonna approach him or anything like that because I was working full-time and raising Julian, and now on to a second child. In December of that year, because I want to say that was like September, so in December of that same year, I saw Kevin again at a Christmas party, and I had Jaden. So again, not the right time to approach somebody. You know, even though I was single, I still was with children, and I was trying to manage a household. I was like, I'm not doing that. Not a good time. And then several months later, I had gone to a get-together at our family's house, and Kevin was there. This is his brother's house, actually. And immediately, I was drawn to him. And I was listening to some R&B music in the kitchen, and I remember him walking in, and I was like so nervous, and I was like, oh boy, you know, something is definitely cool about this guy. And we kind of just hit it off. We danced in the kitchen. I did have a couple drinks, he did not. And we ended up talking all evening, watching Team America, which for those of you who haven't seen Team America, it's hilarious. But the humor is kind of crude. So if you don't like that kind of stuff, don't watch it. And then Kevin asked me out that night after we had long talks. We ended up going out and had a blast the next night. And we were kind of like inseparable after that. Well, he was kind of like all over me. It was driving me nuts, actually. But that's because my love language is not touch. But so we had a good time. And by our 3rd date, Jaden ended up in the hospital, and I had totally forgot about my date with Kevin because Jaden, as you guys can imagine, some of you that have children with kids with epilepsy as well, it was just seizure after seizure and medication after medication, and it was all new to me because Jaden was still a little itty bitty. He was 8 months old when that was taking place, so I was just all wrapped up in what I was going to do for Julian, who's going to take care of him, what am I going to do with Jaden. And then finally I remembered, oh my gosh, my date with Kevin. But Kevin was so awesome. He ended up coming to the hospital to kind of give me a break because I was going through a lot of stuff, and we sat on a bench and we talked and kind of just, you know, we could have called it off at that point, right? I mean, would some of you have called it off? We could have called it off, like, I don't think this is gonna work out. I could have told Kev, you know, I've got 2 kids, I'm working full time. I don't know what's gonna happen with Jaden. I don't know if this is gonna be a good thing for us. I could have said that. Or he could have said, you know, with Jaden being in the hospital now and him having seizures, I don't really know if I'm up to parenting, you know, 2 kids, and one of them, I just don't know what's gonna happen to him. I don't think this is gonna work out. Goodbye. You know, he could have said those things too. But instead, we both kind of drew closer to one another, which shows, I guess, our heart for each other. Like, it was just so early on. But that's how it all started with us. You know, we had a few dates. We went through the change of Jaden having seizures, and then Kevin, as crazy as he was, he proposed to me 6 months after we dated. And of course I said yes. But we got married a year after, and then Jaden was diagnosed with autistic disorder. What was it? Like 4 months after we got married. So first diagnosis was the rare form of epilepsy, and then autistic disorder. And then of course, a whole bunch of other stuff, you know, as the years have gone on. But that was our story of like how we met and how we, you know, we stood the test of time. And being a blended family is not easy, right? Being married is not easy. What people don't tell you is like, you know, God does tell us in the Bible, you guys, like, don't get married, you know? He says it's just gonna make you suffer. But just add on some kids, you know, with some special needs and some other things, and that makes it a lot more difficult to manage a household and to also be married. But we've stood the test of time because we've always put God first. So that is the story of our blended family. If you guys have any questions, you know, you can always email us. Have a good one. Bye.